Hello, my cherished viewers. Welcome. It is rather unfortunate this school suffered some damages after some heavy rains on the Easter Friday. The roof of the school building was ripped off, and this is where the wind landed the roof that were ripped off. I got close to take a view so that you also can see the damage that that particular rainstorm caused. So this is the school building, and that is what has happened. I had to walk to this other side too, which had a bit of the roof that was taken away by the wind. Luckily, the roof wasn't taken far away from the school building, so it can be taken back for repairs. So this is the KG block of the school. I was told some carpenters were coming to work on it, so I went there and I noticed truly some people have come around to collect the roof that were taken out of the place back onto the compound for necessary repairs to be done. So the roof fell into this valley or gutter, or I don't really know what it is. So the boys and the men went there to bring everything back. And those are some other men also working at the other side, whilst the boys too worked by collecting the iron sheets back to where it's supposed to be before the carpenters start roofing it again. I decided to enter the valley or the gutter or whatever it is to go and see the work that is being done or what is going on there. So this is the place where they are in the valley, trying to remove the nails from the wood and then be able to get the aluminium sheets back. And that's some of the rain stored over there. Luckily, there weren't any water over where they had to pick the roofing sheets. Everything slided down to the other side. So they had to just do what they have to do fast enough as possible to go and roof the place, since the children will be going back to school on Tuesday. So after seeing what was being done, I had to walk out back to the compound, and this wasn't the only place that damages like this occurred. The community also had its share. People's houses were destroyed by way of their roof being ripped off, and then people's shops in town were also having the same issue. Some churches that also came to the place to use the place for their convention also had problem by way of their seats being wet, and some other churches also were not so fortunate. Some of their instruments got wet. I don't know how that can be repaired, but it would be good if it can be repaired to cut down costs. So this is the name of the school, and this is a shop in town. I went through town a bit. It had the balcony of the shop ripped off its roof, and the carpenters were there to work on it. So that's a small business and luckily the main place wasn't wet. So that's the roofing down over there. And then meanwhile, the convention was ongoing on the park where the school buildings roofing sheets were taken away. So this is how the thing looks from above. So we have 3 classrooms being ripped off completely, and then 2 partially ripped off. But the other school buildings were intact, as you can see. So check the second classroom. You can see water stuck in there, and students have to go to school by Tuesday. So I was very happy that the carpenters were around to start something. I hope by that Tuesday they might have finished with everything. Then from there I went to the town where this particular shop or this particular complex of shops also had the same issue. The roof of the place was stripped off because of the winds from the heavy rain, and the damage is very substantial. The carpenter at the school told me that because the building wasn't having a ceiling, that was why the winds were able to enter and then push it upwards for the roof to be moved out. The same thing was what someone also said over here. I spoke to someone who told me the roofs of this particular place was easily taken off because there weren't any ceiling. So I've learned a lesson from this particular occurrence. I also went to the back of this building where I noticed that some repairs were being done on somebody's shop. So those are the carpenters working on the roof. Looks like the rain did a lot of roof ripping off and all that. So the roof were repaired by a lot of people, not just these ones that I'm showing you here. There were other people whose roofs were taken off. I will share the link of the rain video in the description box and the end screens for you to see how it was. Thank you for watching.